Welcome to Subramani. I've spoken a lot about behavioral finance, and today behavioral finance is something about which everybody is willing to talk. And as an investor, let us see what are how some of this is used to make you buy products which perhaps is beyond your budget. Okay, so look at this: when you go into a car showroom wanting to buy a 8 lakh rupee car, he starts by showing you 13 lakh 12 lakh rupee car so that the 8 lakh rupee car looks cheap. Of course, there are various other things which car salesmen do, but let us talk about what financial salesmen do. Initially, when they know that you are a HNI and you are capable of doing a big amount of investment, they're likely to tell you why SIP is not good for you and why you should be doing bigger things like PMS. And then they are likely to show you the AIF. Now the AIF minimum size is 1 crore, and they'll keep talking to you about AIF so that the PMS at 50 lakhs looks very cheap. Alright, so then you say it's then it comes down to, oh sir, it's only 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs to you would have looked very big, but the fact that they showed you the 1 crore AIF. Now this is, let us take a simpler example. You go into a showroom and you're looking to buy shoes. You look for shoes which are at 2000 rupees, and you are unable to make up your mind, and you're looking at 2000 and 4000 rupee shoes. You think the 4000 rupee shoes is too expensive. Suddenly you will find the Hush Puppy being offered to you at 9999. So when you look at 9999, the 4000 rupee looks cheap, and then you go and buy the 4000 rupee shoe, right? So first is what we call the decoy effect, and suddenly the decoy, you're never going to buy it anyway, but the decoy was very useful to divert your attention from the price of, or looking at the 4000 rupee. You were comparing the 4000 to 2000. I've shifted your comparison from 4000 to 9000, so you buy the 4000 rupee shoe, exactly how you would buy a PMS instead of going in for some 10 lakh rupee one-time mutual fund investment. You will suddenly go for a 50 lakh rupee, which will be told to you that you can give part cash, part your portfolio, part blah blah blah, and therefore that 50 lakh investment does not look as expensive as it looked initially, right? So that is what we call the decoy effect heuristic. It is the human tendency to base our decision on our emotions and simple decisions, right? For example, when big numbers are given to you, the big number sticks to your head better than a percentage. So if I tell you that 1300 people out of 10,000 died of this disease, that looks bigger than a disease where 23.4% of the people died, because 23.4% you don't translate. You compare 23 to 1300 and you think 1300 is bigger. Actually 1300 out of 10,000 is 13%, whereas this is 23%. So when returns are shown to you, a good chance that the mutual fund salesman or the insurance salesman is talking more in absolute terms, or trying to tell you, oh sir, this has given 584% return over 10 years. 584 sounds awesome. Why should he come and tell you that this has given 7% return or 8% return CAGR? That doesn't sound very big. Similarly, SIPs are, what are SIPs? SIPs are again broken down into monthly payments or daily payments or weekly payments and made to look smaller. So when I need you to look at smaller things, I will split it up as much as possible. When I want you to look at bigger things and I want to tell you, sir, this has given 584% return over 10 years, and you suddenly somewhere do some maths and you think this is a fantastic return, and so you just fall for it. You don't sit and calculate how much is the return actually translated to CAGR. So when you're talking to a relationship guy who is trying to sell some product to you, always bring it down to give me the CAGR and give me the discrete return over 10 years. See whether 1 or 2 years have made up the CAGR to be very high. please remember, if the current year return is some 78% or things like that, your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year will all look good, right? Remember, when you're talking of a 3 year return, this year 78 is also included in that. When you're talking of a 5 year, this 78 is also included in that. So be careful about what numbers are being given to you, because the heuristic effect will definitely take place, and you are likely, the better salesmen are trained in this. Not every salesman would be trained, but the higher end salesman is very likely to be trained in all this. Fundamental attribution error. This is a tendency to attribute situational behavior to a person's fixed personality. So you think a person who is well dressed is likely to tell you the truth more than a guy who is shabbily dressed. So the best of the goons are very likely to be very well dressed, wear a white shirt, white pant, carry a pen, and be well groomed, well perfumed, and very likely that he is trying to con you into buying something which is not very good, but he knows the minute he looks at you that way, you think, this is a nice guy, he's smelling good, he's looking good, he's wearing a nice shirt, right? So good chance that he's giving me a nice product. He makes you nod in such a way that you're likely to say yes, and you will sign up. The ideometer effect. This refers to the fact that our thoughts can make us feel the real emotions. You don't have to actually go through that experience, but just the feeling that when actors act, they don't go through the real emotions. So when a salesman acts, he doesn't go through the real emotions, but he talks to you in such a way. Sir, just imagine, your daughter is qualified, she is in Harvard, she's wearing a blue shirt and a black coat, she's holding her academic qualification in her hand. Do you want to be there? Yes. What happens if you're not there? Just remove yourself from that picture. You still want her to achieve, right? So please take insurance, right? This is exactly how the pitch will go, and this is the ideometer effect. So be careful about these pitches also. Confirmation bias, what you like and what you listen. So he knows. So first he comes and talks to you about saying, sir, HDFC is a great company and all, and you say, yes, I took a HDFC loan to buy a house, I have shares of HDFC Bank. That's the end of story for you. The product which is being pitched is obviously some HDFC insurance or HDFC mutual fund, or so that's it. First he's got your consent on the group, then he shows how wealth has been created in the equity of that group, and then now you're being given a product which has got nothing to do with the equity of the group. You are the reason why this wealth is being created. That's fine, but that is exactly how you are you're bound to say yes to something which you wanted to anyway say. So you wanted to say yes anyway, so he gets you into that mode and makes you say yes. Conservatism bias. This bias leads people to believe that the pre-existing information is more important than the fresh information, especially if the fresh information is not very conducive to your thinking. Then you will go with that one and say, no, I think that is right, what this fellow is saying is wrong. If you like a good fund manager, any underperformance by the fund manager, we all have got fooled by this, and you say, no, he must be doing something which we don't understand, don't worry, and things like that, and suddenly one day the fund closes down, or the deterioration is fantastic, very fast, and that's the end of story, right? Then of course you have the ostrich effect, when you don't want to see what is happening and you've decided that no, I will not even look at, I know that this is happening. You're afraid of seeing the truth. That is something which the salesman doesn't have to do anything. It is just that he will push more products into you, saying, sir, the current market situation is such that this product doesn't look good, afterwards it will look good, kind of thing, right? So then the halo effect. If you have met a person and you always thought that he's a great guy, he's great on Twitter, therefore his selling is good, he's great on YouTube, so therefore his selling is good, therefore he will not give you a bad product, you're mistaken. The image has been very assiduously built up to sell bad products to you. So if he's a sales guy, the halo effect is going to help him, because when he says something, you will listen. So the horn effect, the effect of is exactly opposite of the halo effect. There, when you perform poorly at first, the chances are you will think, oh, this guy will always be bad. He gave you a fund at the peak of a bull market and then the market fell, you think it is his fault. It is not his fault. He came to you at the wrong time, that's all. So it is exactly the opposite of halo effect, and halo effect could be luck. Be careful about that. planning effect is the